We are on the Star Princess and we're doing a full tour and a full review at the end of the video. Make sure you stay to the end of the video to see our 7-day stay in cabin 10423. Let's go in. Let's go check it out. Come on, let's go. All right, before we get into the actual cabin, let's get into safety. On the back of the door is your muster instructions. Muster is on deck 7, muster station F, which is the wheelhouse bar. But before you run down there, you see that sign up there? Life jackets? Open the door, grab your life jacket, and then head down to deck 7 to the wheelhouse bar. Now that we got safety out of the way, let's get into this cabin. As soon as you come in, you've got 2 storage hooks. You got a cabinet, storage up above, storage down below, and you've got a safe. Let's check if there's money in here. No money in there today. Storage, more storage. We've got storage, more storage, and more storage. We'll open up this closet. It's got a nice light in it right on the bar. It's a double door closet. This is one side. Here's the other side. And we've got all hangers, all the same shape and size. That's nice, fancy. This is a light bar. That's a light bar. It does double duty, a light bar and hold the hangers. We got storage, more storage, more storage, and more storage down below. Now over here we have an adjustable shelf that pulls down if you wanted another shelf. So you've got storage, more storage, and we got all this hanging space. This is your thermostat. That's on off. That's if you want it hotter, if you want it colder. We've got a full length mirror. Very nice. And look at that bed. Relax. Don't do it. That's a nice bed. Look at the headboard on there too. You know what you notice about this cabin? It's an inside cabin. Let's take a look at the end tables. You get a reading lamp. USB, USB-C, US plug. That's nice, right beside the bed. So if you want to plug your phone in, you can. Storage, more storage, and more storage. I love the amount of pillows. I love pillows. Let's come in here on the other side. We've got another reading lamp or whatever else you want to use it for. US plug, USB, and USB-C. TV remote. Storage, more storage. Oh, there's a pill in there. What's that? Some sort of vitamin or something. And we got storage. Love the decor. Really nice room. Here's the desk area. Nice mirror. That mirror lights up, you know. I'm gonna hit that switch and that lights up the mirror. Nice desk. We got a chair. Nice leather chair. Trash can. Storage. Telephone. USB, USB, USB-C, USB-C. 2 US plugs. We have another US plug and a European plug here. We also have a European plug here. Storage, storage in 2 glasses, ice bucket, little counter space, nice little wet bar area, storage, and we've got a blow dryer in here. Now this is a nice blow dryer. It's got some weight to it. Matter of fact, Andrea did a video on the blow dryer and she said it was worth using. If you don't want to pack the blow dryer, you don't have to. That blow dryer is a good blow dryer. Check her video out. Here's a refrigerator. And we've got the TV, and we've got a little sitting bench here. I like that sitting bench. That's nice. It's nice size TV. Make sure you stay to the end of the video. We do a complete review of our stay in this inside cabin for the next 7 days. Let's check out the bathroom. Watch your step. Always watch your step going in. You don't want to trip in going to the bathroom. We have 2 storage hooks. Nice vinyl floor, sanitary bags, toilet brush, toilet, towel rack, 2 hand towels, storage, 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 and we've got a US plug and a European plug for a razor, a shaver, 2 glasses, 2 face cloths, body lotion, hand wash. So you got some nice counter space, tissues, toilet paper, and storage down below, and you've got 1 bath towel. Floor towel, completely glass shower, which is very, very nice. Let's open this up and take a look inside. We've got a wand, nice big wand. We got storage, body wash, conditioner, and shampoo, handicap rail, turn the water on. This is set the temperature and forget it. You've got a little foot bar, and you got a clothesline. You got a full mirror with lights built into the mirror. Very nice. We're at that stage where we do our full review of our 7-day stay in cabin 10423. And we break it down by categories. And the first category is the location of the cabin. Want to take this one?
So location-wise, we're in a pretty good spot. We're right smack in the middle of the ship, right next to the midship elevators and staircase. We're on deck 10, so it's very convenient for going to deck 9, which is where your eatery is, your main buffet or international cafe. There's also the upper level of the piazza there. In addition, it's really cool because deck 10 and deck 11 actually have both forward and aft outdoor observation decks.
Yeah, they sure do. So I agree with you. I think the location's awesome because it's directly in the middle. And if you do want to go downstairs to get a coffee on deck 9, it's right there. Bang, come right back up. It's a nice location.
Absolutely.
Let's move on to the next category, which is noise. Noise above us, below us, beside us, just plain old noise in the cabin. I think we both can take this one.
Oh my goodness, this is probably
the worst,
the loudest cabin we have
ever
been
had.
in. We are dead center, and therefore we are very close to the piazza. On this ship, it basically extends all the way through 3 levels.
At the end of the day, anytime there's anything going on in the piazza, you can hear it in this cabin. But it is loud, it is obnoxious.
What I was going to say is, not only can you hear it, I can hear it verbatim, every single word.
She's singing the songs. Absolutely.
I could sing along. I mean, it's not like you hear a hum or a din or a bang because of the drums. No, you heard every note.
I think we're beating the hell out of it. We're beating it like a drum. At the end of the day, we don't really complain about noise that much. I mean, we tell you if we experience it, and we usually say, it didn't really bother us. This room is going to bother you.
We are on this ship for an Alaska itinerary. You have very early mornings and you're exhausted from a very long day. And the last thing you want to do is be kind of drummed awake until...
I think you guys get the point.
Yes.
Wait until we get to the end where I ask you the question. I think we already might have gotten to that point with this particular category.
Okay.
Very loud, very obnoxious, and we're normally not picky people. We didn't go to the front desk. We didn't make a big deal of it.
Just want to make you all aware.
Sucked it up. Let's move on to the next category. The next category is utilities and Wi-Fi. I'm taking this one.
Okay.
Utility-wise, relative to outlets and USBs in the cabin, amazing. Well equipped. Well equipped with USBs on the bedsides, at the desk, plugs at the bedsides, plugs at the desk, plugs in the bathroom. So utility-wise, it's pretty good. Now, Wi-Fi, on the other hand, Princess is really lacking. And it hurts me to say this because I happen to like Princess a lot. And I happen to like this ship a lot. But the Wi-Fi on Princess Cruise Lines, in my opinion, based on tests that I do speed tests on every cruise ship that we cruise on, and by far, Princess has the worst Wi-Fi. And I can tell you it has nothing to do with the people on the ship. The people on the ship try their hardest to try to fix problems, but at the end of the day, there's somebody on shoreside who is controlling Wi-Fi that comes on the ship, and it's horrible. If you have to work on a ship or you do any type of work like Zoom calls or uploading videos, or you're doing actual work where you have to communicate with people on Wi-Fi, you may have a difficult time doing that, in my opinion.
Now, that doesn't mean that you cannot get Wi-Fi. You can check your email, you can do texting. There's definitely, it's usable. It's just not up to speed for anyone who's actually going to do any kind of work.
I don't know who's running the show back on shoreside. I'm not sure if they realize how bad the internet is on Princess cruise ships. When we were on the inaugural on this particular ship, the Wi-Fi was amazing. And then we got back on it again, and it's been horrible. Every Princess ship we go on, Andrea says to me, "Do you notice you complain about the internet on every Princess ship?" And I said, "But they advertise that they're the best at sea." And by the way, we don't get paid by anybody. We do these reviews for our viewers, and we tell it like it is. And it does sadden me that I'm saying that the internet on Princess is horrible. Well, that's my opinion on the Wi-Fi. Let's move on to the next category. And the next category is the size of the cabin and storage in the cabin. You want to take that one on?
No, you take it.
All right. Relative to storage, I think there's ample storage. You've got great cabinet space. You've got drawers. We have a bench in the room as well, which we use to collect stuff, which is handy. You know, you put your clothes there, backpack, stuff like that. So the actual storage of the room is fine. But the size of the room, it's a little tight, particularly in the hallway area where the door is. Say you're in a closet, you got the door open, and someone comes out of the bathroom, you're hitting each other. It happened quite a few times with us, going, one's in the bathroom, one's trying to get in the closet. So it's tight quarters up there, but you got to realize you're on a ship, you're on a cruise ship, and it is an inside cabin. Do you want to add anything with the storage or the size of the room?
I think you have got it all. I think that the only other thing I'm going to add in there is that your storage in the bathroom, you have a decent amount of shelf space and a little bit of counter space, but you know, underneath the sink, if you think you're going to put anything there, it's really difficult. And unfortunately, that's where they put the towels. So storage wise, I wish they had more shelves for towels.
Okay. So storage is tight in the bathroom. Let's move on to the next category, which is the bedding, the pillows, the comforters, and the mattress. This one's easy.
Easy.
This is always easy. Princess, in my opinion, has the best bed, comforter, and pillows.
Agreed.
All right. Let's move on to the next category, which is the bathroom. Now, I'm going to take over in the bathroom because the bathroom has a number of different design flaws. And Andrea kind of alluded to that when she talked about the towels being on the lower rack. When you open the shower door, well, the shower door blocks the towels. So you need to get out of the shower, but while you're out of the shower, soaking wet, you kind of got to maneuver yourself around the toilet and the door, close the door, go around, grab a towel. If you didn't take the towel out before you got in the shower and hung it on a hook. It's just, if you don't remember it, you're going to freeze when you get out of the shower. There's that. Then the water pressure, I did a water pressure test on it. Amazing. I thought the water pressure was good. Did you have any issues with water pressure?
Not at all.
Temperature, I thought the temperature was really good. The only thing I didn't like was where the toilet paper roll is back. I think it's back further than normal, and it's on the left-hand side. I'm not a lefty, so it's kind of awkward for me to get over there to get the toilet paper, and it's kind of tucked in the back. I mean, I dealt with it. I mean, I was able to manage it, but it was kind of awkward.
I think it really matters if your room is in this configuration or if it's flopped. Whether it's going to be on the left or the right. So I think some is going to be on the left, some is going to be on the right.
It might, but I will tell you, being on the left, it's not easy. It's awkward. Left-hand corner like this. You want to talk about the mirror in there?
The mirror is actually really nice because when you're in the shower and everything else fogs up, those mirrors are fogless mirrors, so they do not get foggy. And both Michael and I have taken some pretty hot, steamy showers, so we can say with confidence that those are pretty amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
So the one other thing that isn't really in the bathroom, but I am going to talk about it, and that is the hairdryer. So if you have not been on a Star or Princess ship, which is the Sphere class, you probably haven't been able to experience the dry bar hairdryer that comes in your stateroom. And I'm going to tell you, it's a pretty good hairdryer. So I always travel with my own personal hair dryer. I prefer it. It does really well for my hair. But this particular hair dryer is pretty good. So if you want to see my review, I do have a review on that, and we can link that video in the description. And that also touches on those fogless mirrors that we mentioned. So if you'd like to see those and hear about them, you can watch that video next.
Thanks for bringing that up, because I thought you did a great job on that video. Let's move on to the next category, and that is the staff. We've had an opportunity to deal with the staff. Housekeeping, who is the supervisor on the floor, was Mark, who we've had experience with before on other ships. We like him a lot. We saw him when we got on the ship, was happy to see him. We didn't know he was on the ship. Awesome. Awesome. Does his job well. Room steward, Jamie, she's freaking amazing, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a cutie. She's done very well. She's been here since the beginning of the inaugural of the ship. She started with the ship, and she's going home soon. We wish her a nice vacation. She deserves it. She's worked really hard.
She is definitely a sweetheart, and she has worked really hard. And we had the opportunity to experience the front desk and the technical people. All great people.
Yeah, everybody's super helpful. They really do want to try and make the best and make your situation better if it isn't already. Yeah. So the staff has been amazing.
100%. 100%. 1000%. Well, this is where I ask you, would you stay in this cabin again?
No.
I'm going to tell you no. That's 2 thumbs down here.
Yeah, no.
Horrible.
You know, I did not mind being in the inside cabin. It is a little tight, but there's great storage in here. It's configured pretty well. I don't have a problem with the toilet paper being on the left-hand side. There's no issues with that. Everything is fine, except I really did not like the noise. And it was really tough to get over that. And like I said, it wasn't something that we were going to complain about because it was our choice. We kind of picked this room. It was the last room on this deck. I wanted to be on this deck.
We didn't know that it was going to be as noisy as it is. That's for damn sure.
I agree.
If we knew it was noisy as it is, we wouldn't ever book this room.
I think that I suspected that we would hear some noise from the piazza.
Yeah, like a little rumble type of thing.
Because if you are close to the piazza on other princess ships, you will sometimes hear a kind of a low thumping sound.
Like a bass sound.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect example, a bass sound. This was not just a bass sound.
You hear the whole band.
Yeah, you hear the whole band.
I mean,
hear
you're
the audience,
like literally...
You hear the cheers.
Yeah.
You hear the people yelling. You hear everything.
It's like your bed is laying right out there.
All right, we're getting down that big rabbit hole
I
again.
think that it's unusual that we both give a room a thumbs down. Very unusual. So we both say no. Hopefully, if you are searching a cabin and you see this video, hopefully we saved you from making a big mistake, in our opinion.
And if you happen to book this room and you're going to be in here, my only suggestion to you would be bring some earplugs, because you might want to have them when you go to sleep, especially if you're going to try and go to sleep before the band stops playing.
That is a great recommendation. We don't travel with earplugs. Usually noise doesn't bother us. Obviously, it bothered us here. All right, this is where I say ciao for now.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching, but there's more to explore.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button
So you never miss any adventures.
Click on one of these videos to keep the journey going.
And this is where I say ciao for now.
We'll see you soon.